It now is going to be Brendan Buchanan, and that is good for out number 1. The Missoula Mavs register the first out here in the bottom of the 13th inning.
And that'll bring us to the pitcher, Chase Atkinson. First pitch is a strike. In the on deck, Danny Robinson.
Atkinson tonight 2 for 5 with a pair of singles and also pitching a great relief effort as this pitch is going to come inside and just miss the zone. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here as Andy Brooks continues with 85 pitches so far. My first counts were off, but that's the accurate one. Andy Brooks' second pitch now, and that one will be just outside. 2 balls, 1 strike as a little roar from the Mavs fans down there. They're not overly excited about that one there.
Atkinson settles back in. Tie game at 5, 1 out. Top of the 14th. This one will be bounced off in front of the plate. Picked up by Martin. The throw to first and the out number 2. That will bring us up to Danny Robinson, the right fielder.
Danny Robinson 0 for 6 here tonight. Pitch by Brooks. That one's going to catch the zone. Strike 1. 0 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs now as the Mavs just trying to get out of the top of the 13th to give their, or top of the 14th, excuse me, to give their offense another shot here. Brooks sets for the pitch. This one's in. Check swing there. They're going to ask if he went, and he did not. That's an
even count at 1.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Top of the 14th. Pitch on the way. This one's going to go down the first baseline fair. Frankie will get the base, and that will expire the side. We go to the bottom of the 14th, tied at 5. We'll be back in 60 seconds on Fox Sports Radio, 1450 and 92.7. Welcome back to Fox Sports Radio, 1450 and 92.7. Chris Stratton, Taylor Featherman, bottom of the 14th inning here in Missoula, Montana at Oakland Park Allegiance Field. Tied at 5, Montana and Idaho. Leadoff batter for Montana is the one and only James Martin. Pitch on the way by Atkinson. Out, well, catch the outside of the plate for strike 1. In the on deck will be Nick Jovetic.
Martin 3 for 6 tonight, a double and a pair of singles.
Here's the pitch by Atkinson. That one outside, evens the count out at 1. Martin with a check swing, but did not commit. Even count at 1. Leadoff batter in the bottom of the 14th. Tied at 5. Pitch on the way. Outside makes it 2-1 on the count. No action in either bullpen for a while. Both skippers wanting to hang with their current pitchers.
Atkinson at 70 pitches, 60 of which in the zone.
Martin will hit this one out to second. Picked up in the dirt. It'll hop off the shoulder of the second baseman, and Martin will reach off the error. That will bring up the very capable bat of Nick, the Toolman Jovetic.
Whew. Chris, the fans here getting into it. And we had a little technical difficulty. The Wi-Fi went out up here.
Yeah, so we apologize. We apologize. So here we go.
Stabilized now.
We're set to go. Runner on. No outs. Nick Jovetic in the box. Pitch on the way. Jovetic showing bunt. Outside pitch is a ball. Tied at 5, top of the 14th. We want to thank everybody for hanging in here. This one has gone 3 hours and 30 minutes so far. Pitch on the way. Showing bunt, low, ball 2.
Jovetic 2 for 5 here tonight with a triple, a double, and a walk. And an intentional walk.
Martin at first, steps away, no outs. Tied at 5, bottom of the 14th. Everybody quiets down as the bunt is laid down the first base line, picked up by the pitcher, the throw to first, and Jovetic is out, but the bunt has done its job as Martin is at second.
Well, and
one out, and Clayton Frankie, the first baseman, will come to the plate.
What good team baseball there by Jovetic. Although he's a player who might be able to rip, as they're going to go ahead and walk Clayton Frankie. Although Jovetic is a player who might be able to really knock one out of the park.
And that will take us to the catcher, Spencer Schock. Sorry, Taylor.
You're fine.
Interesting that they would do that. That's how many times now?
Well, it's setting up the force play, so now they can essentially turn 2 and end the inning off 1 hit.
Schock settles in. He had a huge punch out into left field earlier tonight. Pitch on the way. That one will catch the plate for strike 1. As the crowd disagrees.
Well, that pitch right there was one Schock might have been able to give a ride, but I noticed that the Mavs team doesn't swing in a lot of first pitches. As now Atkinson setting for the second pitch.
Runners at first and second step away from their bases. 1 out here, bottom of the 14th, tied at 5. Montana and Idaho. Pitch on the way. Swung on, high and deep. Center fielder will look for it. He's got it in the glove, and that'll be out number 2. Runners will hold at first and second. And that brings up Drew Leonard. Winner, if Idaho wins, they will play Hawaii at 1 tomorrow for the semifinal game. Montana's already secured a spot in the championship game. If Montana wins, we'll play Washington for the championship at 1. Leonard settles in, runners step away from their bases. Pitch on the way. That one's a high floater outside for ball 1.
Drew Leonard 1 for 6 tonight with an intentional walk, a single. Yep, and that's it. Also, a great diving catch and a lot of good work on the mound, 104 pitches worth.
Atkinson settles, 2 outs, runners at first and second. Pitch on the way. That one across the legs of Leonard, but the umpire says strike 2. We've got a 1-2 count here for Leonard. 2 outs, bottom of the 14th, tied at 5. Lots of comments about the strike zone here. Umpire settles in. Atkinson will check the runner at second. Throw, and Leonard will swing and catch that one for strike 2. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Tied at 5. Bottom of the 14th. Hawaii and Wyoming would go into the 12 o'clock hour on Thursday night. That one started an hour late, though. Montana and Washington would go 21-14 on the game before. 1-2 count, pitch on the way by Atkinson. Swung on, and Leonard will be struck out to retire the side. We go to the top of the 15th, tied at 5. Back in 60 seconds on Fox Sports Radio, 1450 and 92.7. Welcome back to Fox Sports Radio, 1450 and 92.7. Chris Stratton, Taylor Featherman here for Fox Sports Radio. We are in the top of the 15th inning, tied at 5, Montana and Idaho. Here's the pitch by Brooks. Our leadoff batter is the catcher, Jackson Fuller, and the first pitch to Fuller is a strike. 0-1 count. Nobody on, leadoff batter. Pitch on the way. That one's hit straight up in the air down the third base line. McHugh waves everybody off. He finds it in the light, and that'll be out number 1. 1 down.
Chris, getting past Fuller's big. He's 3 for 5 tonight with 3 singles and a walk. But Chris, breaking news that I just found out. This game will end at some point. Someone's going to win this. So
Taylor Featherman with the hot take.
Hang in there.
First pitch to Colt Olson is a ball.
Olson struggling tonight, 1 for 5 with a single.
Here's the pitch by Brooks. That one catches the plate, evens the count out at 1. Andy Brooks standing tall on the mound here late in the game. Both coaches trusting their pitchers. That one catches the plate, makes it 1-2 on the count.
Brooks now at 95 pitches and Atkinson at 86.
Pitch on the way. Swung on. Bounces out to Brooks. He can't glove it. Messes with it. The throw to first is there, and it's not in time. The runner will get the extra base as he slides in as Frankie and the runner collide as the ball comes in. So with 1 down, Idaho has 1 at second. In the top of the 15th, tied at 5, and that will bring us Ryder Schultz for the second time tonight. Alex Light in the on deck. Schultz coming in for Riley Way after he went down at the shortstop position. Pitch on the way. That one outside on the right-handed batter, ball 1. And that was a tough one for Way. He got one looked like into the face, and he went down hard and laid there for a while before finally rolling over. Pitch on the way by Brooks. Catches the plate to even it out at 1. 1 out. Runner at first, tied at 5, top of the 15th. Runner at second, Featherman says. Thank you, sir. Pitch on the way. Swung on. This one's going to go into center field. It'll bounce. Jovetic will get it. Runner will round to second. And with 1 out, Idaho strikes, makes it 6-5 here in the top of the 15th. Runner at second with 1 out, and that brings us to Alex Light. A.J. Davis in the on deck. Brooks settles, checks the runner at second. Pitch on the way. Swung on. This one will go high into right field, and Martin will get it. The runner holds at second, and that makes it 2 down. And the very, very dangerous batter for Idaho, Luke White, will clear the bat, and here comes A.J. Davis to the plate with 2 outs. Top of the 15th, tied at 5. Andy Brooks with the pitch. Outside for ball 1.
A.J. Davis still having an incredible night. 4 for 6, a double, a single, a walk. Holy
Runner
cow.
steps from second. Wind coming from first to third now. Pitch on the way. Outside. Ball 2. 2-0 count. 2 outs. Runner at second. Idaho takes the first lead since the 11th, 6-5. Montana would come back in the bottom of the 11th to tie it back up. Pitch on the way. That one catches the plate for strike 1. 2-1 count now for Davis.
Andy Brooks, 103 total pitches and yet to register a strikeout.
Brooks settles. Pitch on the way. This one fouled off, and we'll have an even count at 2 now.
But
the umpire will kick that ball. Schock will pick it up, and now the umpire will put it in. That would be Eric Holden. Davis settles in. Runner at second steps away. Brooks watches him. The pitch on the way. Swung on. This is going to go down the first base line. Frankie looking for it. It's going to be foul, but he gets it in the glove to retire the side. So Idaho, they'll take the lead 6-5 as we go into the bottom of the 15th. Back in 60 seconds on Fox Sports Radio, 1450 and 92.7. Welcome back to Fox Sports Radio, 1450 and 92.7. Chris Stratton, Taylor Featherman is wearing the bottom of the 15th. Idaho leads Montana 6-5 as our umpire, Eric Holden, clears the plate off, and the third baseman, Ryan McHugh, steps into the box. Chase Atkinson on the mound, and we've got Jaron Graham warming up. McHugh fouls this one into the party deck down the first base line for strike one.
McHugh 4 of 7 tonight with 4 singles.
The 6, 7, 8 batter scheduled on the inning for Montana. Busey in the on-deck circle. Chase Atkinson now with the pitch. That one's in the dirt, evens the count out at 1. Bottom of the 15th. That's right, folks. You heard it right. Bottom of the 15th, Idaho leads Montana 6-5. Pitch on the way by Atkinson. That one's low. Makes it 2-1 on the count. No outs. Leadoff batter here. Jaron Graham warming up in the bullpen for Montana. McHugh settles in. Atkinson with the pitch. Outside. Makes it 3-1 on the count now. Hathaway claps. He's excited. McHugh being patient. That's what Hathaway wants to see out of his batters. Don't force it. We're deep. We've got to come back. Pitch on the way. Swung on. Fouls it off into the netting down the first base line. And we've got a full count at 3-2.
Brooks at 106 pitches, as you point out, the fellow warming up. Now surpassing starter of the game, Drew Leonard, for 104.
Atkinson with the pitch. Swung on. McHugh will hit this one into left field. Left fielder backpedal, and he's got it in the glove for out number 1. That'll bring up the Buse. Sam Busey, the left fielder. We're so deep in it here, Taylor, that I have run out of room to mark my batting order down as we're in the 15th. Pitch on the way to Busey. Outside, it catches the plate for strike 1. Taylor shakes his head.
Not in disagreement, just in awe.
Brendan Buchanan in the on-deck circle for Montana. Pitch on the way. This one will be hit down the first base line. It's going to go foul, and White can't get to it as it hits in the bullpen. It'll be strike 2 for Busey. Buchanan comes out to get the bat for Busey and hands it to him. 0-2 count for Busey. 1 out. Bottom of the 15th. Idaho leads 6-5. They want to get out of this so they can play Washington for a chance at the championship against Montana. Pitch on the way. Swung on. Straight up in the air over first base. White waves everybody off, and he'll have the catch for out number 2.
Sam Busey, 2 of 7 prior to that at-bat. Now 2 for 8 on the night.
That brings up Brennan Buchanan, and Trad Richardson goes to the on-deck circle for Montana. His first at-bat.
Well, and Brendan Buchanan in tough here.
That pitch catches the outside of the plate on the right-handed batter with 2 outs here. Jaron Graham warming up. Idaho 1 out away from going to the 1 o'clock game. Buchanan fouls this one off onto the roof of the concession stand down the first base line. 0-2 for Buchanan. 2 outs, bottom of the 15th. Idaho leads 6-5. The pitch by Atkinson. This one's going to foul up. The catcher thinks he can get it, but it's going to land up on the deck in front of the concession stand. And Buchanan will stay alive, 0-2. 2 outs, bottom of the 15th. 6-5 Idaho.
Buchanan 3 of 7 here today.
Chase Atkinson settles in. Pitch on the way. That one will strike out the batter, and Idaho wins. They'll play Washington tomorrow at 1. 6-5 in the 15th. We'll step aside for 3 minutes on Fox Sports Radio, 1450 and 92.7.
Eric Holden better get to his car.
Yeah.